It's been 6 years since Mighty Number 9 came out on pretty much every system at the time, or at least it was promised. And while being a huge Mega Man fan, I never actually got around to even playing Mighty Number 9. I watched some of the trailers, saw some of the gameplay, read some of the reviews, and I pretty much just decided to skip it. I never heard enough good things about the game to get it even when it went on clearance, which I did see a lot of at the time. However, I recently got PlayStation Premium and Mighty Number 9 was included. So after going through all the classics that I've been wanting to play, like Mr. Driller and such, Mighty Number 9 was finally up. I load the game, and from my first moments to my last, my best impressions I can give of this game is meh. Meh. And it all starts with the character design in the game. It's very generic. You have a guy who looks like Flick, to having someone not as cool looking as Megaman, to a large fellow with a tie, to annoying bosses. I mean, just listen to some of their voice tracks.
I'm sure it's nothing a little cold shower won't cure.
I don't know how that got past the first group of developers. It's awful, but everyone just looks so ordinary. There's nothing intriguing about any of these characters. From Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 10, nearly all the characters and bosses were at least interesting and caught my attention. From Guts Man all the way to Sheep Man. Yes, I do love Sheep Man, and especially compared to any of these bosses. Come on. Next, let's talk about the levels. First off, most can be interchangeable and don't really show that much distinctiveness to the bosses. They're quite generic and they're not really pleasing to look at either. Just throw some boxes and platforms and some instant kill areas and you're good to go. Feels like the formula for every single level. There's so many traps in these levels where I just died for what seemed like a trick area. And yeah, I know Mega Man has spikes for instant kills too, so this isn't so out of character, but these levels are much longer than most Mega Man levels, and having to do these over after a game over is much more frustrating. It feels like if they wanted to include all these instant kill areas that they should have made the levels a little bit shorter. Long levels are usually for monitoring your health throughout and having to memorize enemy patterns, not having full health until the near end of the level and just dying from an instant kill. But outside the annoyances of the levels, the overall look and design just feels very uninspired and isn't memorable for the vast majority of players. Now let's talk about the new feature that was really publicized for this game, the dash kill. You shoot an enemy or boss till they're weak and you just dash into them and kill them, taking some of their energy to power you up a bit. This power is, once again, okay. I don't mind doing it, but at the same time the rewards for doing it seem so minimal that I'd rather just play the game like an old Mega Man game and shoot them till they die. This move is so powerful though that you nearly have to do the move all the time if you want to clear the game. However, trust me, it's not as cool as you think it is. It's just sort of a dash into them and they die. It gets pretty old. They also add in these clinging to hooks like it's new as well, but we all know where this came from. The other Mega Man game. But that was actually a really awesome game, unlike this one. And let's discuss the soundtrack. Mega Man games have some of the most memorable soundtracks of any NES and SNES games. I still whistle and hum these songs in my head all the time, but Mighty Number 9 tracks? Meh. Every track is more forgettable than the last. They aren't bad, they're just very generic. I don't know who they hired in, but it feels like it was just like a studio musician who went through some basic filler music from a set. But overall, that's just how the whole game feels. It all feels like the game was done with as little excitement as possible. Just, who can we hire in for this part? What character can we throw in here? What level obstacles can we have over there? Nothing feels inspired, just throw things together. People who made this game aren't bad designers, it just feels like they didn't want or care to make this game, and it clearly shows just by how ordinary and extraordinary a game like Mega Man could be. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, check out my other review and gaming videos, and by all means, go out there, find that great game to play, and just simply have a great rest of the day.